Mic check, mic check. Alright, we're coming through. Let's get the sound on. Maybe the camera wants to work. Hold on, let's try. I think I know how to get the camera to work. Try this again. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on a second. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, let's try the camera now. Oh, the camera's just not working. Oh, it said today's just another day that it wants to work. I'm not getting anything from there. Hold on. I'm gonna try one more thing. What time is it? It can't board because I didn't. Alright. Let me start setting up. This is AF1413. Going from Milan to Paris. I don't know, it's a lot of time. What time is it? It won't let me. Oh, this is. Sure won't. Okay, that's it. Time is the local time 11:56. So that means 10:20. And 20. Update mass and balance. Alright, so we got 147 passengers on board today. So
refueling truck is on its way.
alright, so 147
Boarding
passengers.
requested. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Alright, so today at Milan, the weather. Let me do it this way. Today at Milan, the weather is currently variable winds, clear and visibility okay, 27. We have some storms en route.
Ciao, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So we should be experiencing some bumps once we get closer towards Paris. We're coming to flight level 320, and today's flight should be relatively effortless.
Departure checks complete.
Only other thing I want to make sure is, well, not necessarily make sure, I just want to know. We're blocked out for an hour and 27 minutes. My ACAR says an hour and 35 minutes, so to put it into perspective.
Locking in unit.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît.
Maybe I can figure out why the damn camera's not working. Hold on, flight simulator sounds be on a million. Alright, let me mess around with this camera some more and see what I can figure out.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
It's another 132,000 cost from there to looking like 5. Okay.
Bienvenue à bord.
Press the wind. Alright.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît.
Alright, so we're planning for a runway 35 departure.
Good morning.
Charge because I don't really remember Milan like that. It's a SRN. It looks like we got an Arla 2. How does this work?
Good morning.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Arla 2 Alpha.
Hello?
Get the transition. RLS to, yeah, that's the transition, I'm guessing. Alright, so we got 3-5. SRN.
Carte d'embarquement, s'il vous plaît.
6 Alpha. Yeah. The flight plan is not
Hello?
showing that. And that's the confusing part. Hold on.
Salut?
Alright, so let's just go with. Let's look at that chart. 6 Alpha takes me out. I don't know. 6 Delta. RLS 2 Alpha. This is a transition.
Hello?
I mean, we could take the 6
Hello?
Alpha. I don't see why not. And then the SRN 2A. Or the Arla 2A. Arla 2A. Transition. Alright. Paris, we're expecting 27 right. With the T9 X-ray. Arrival. Oh man, damn.
This way, please.
Let's pull up the T9 X-ray.
Bonjour.
Coming from the southeast into Okippa. Look at the approach via Okippa. Whiskey or green. Approach, initial approach for
This way, please.
27 right.
Carte d'embarquement, s'il vous plaît.
It's not gonna be Benix anymore, It's Okippa one whiskey. Whiskey.
Hello.
Insert. Alright, got that set up.
Good morning.
Choky.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît.
Alright. 32,000.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît. Bonjour.
CPU shut down. Interesting. Okay, let's try and see. Battery going on. That might be helpful.
Hello.
What a morning!
Puis-je voir votre carte d'embarquement?
Food truck's pulling out. Trying to get the APU on. Didn't have the batteries on.
This way, please. Bienvenue à bord. Bonjour.
Alright, let's work on this,
This way, please.
this camera again. I'm gonna try to unplug it. And see what happens.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, let's see.
Bonjour.
Still nothing. It's crazy. It's like the camera's not getting any. And the
This way, please.
power. Okay, let's try. It's not even showing up on the list now. Stop playing.
Carte d'embarquement, s'il vous plaît.
My camera's not even showing up on the list of devices.
Hello. Par ici, s'il vous plaît. Bienvenue à bord. Hello?
Alright, I think we might have it now. Looking good. Oh my gosh. It's working. Alright. Now that we got that squared
Par
away.
ici, s'il vous plaît.
I'm sure our APU is actually on this time. Now that the battery's on,
This way,
of
please.
course it is. It's crazy how things work when you do it the right way. Disconnect external power.
Hello?
Hello.
Bonjour. Par
I'm
ici, s'il vous
forgetting
plaît.
the city code for Milan. Lin. This is 1413.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît. Hello?
Which actually want me to.
Hello? Par ici, s'il vous plaît.
I wish half of this YouTube stuff would like automatically just populate. Always gotta add extra stuff to it.
Hello?
Like if all the tags for work and remain for Twitch. Why isn't it like that for YouTube? Alright, so we should be cool though. The flight plan's loaded up. Flight is briefed. Let's brief departure, I guess. Supposed to get out of here in 8 minutes. How many more people we have left to board? Like 50. Might be a little late. Alright, so today's departure had that transition for sure.
Hello?
Not familiar with it, but what's up, Reaper? What's going down? I just got back last night.
Par ici,
Right.
s'il vous plaît.
Runway 35 looks like a well-equipped runway, 8,012 feet long.
Good morning.
Elevation is 353 feet. In 2 hours, Silk Song stream? Who's Silk Song?
Bonjour.
Alright, it's like a decent taxi. We'll probably take Charlie to Alpha to Echo to Tango. Ah, you're streaming?
Hello? Hello.
What the fuck you streaming on? I don't even see your name on this list. I sure don't see your name on the side here. So what are you streaming on?
S'il vous plaît.
I asked you if you were streaming. You said yep.
Par ici, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, you're saying in 2 hours you're gonna have a Silk Song stream. Okay, I thought you were saying that you were already in a 2-hour Silk Song stream. And I'm like, I don't see you streaming. Gotcha. Well, let me give you a shout out.
Salut.
But yeah, what colors we got, Miss Rainbow?
There's my boy.
What we got? A lot of colors. Well, let's hide between green, blue, and
Ah, okay.
Oh, go green.
2-hour test
Fuck.
on the new system. So how is it faring out? You haven't really given me too many details about it.
Hello.
Elevator PR. Held beautifully. Have you been able to run any of your stronger games yet? Alright, so we know where we're gonna taxi. Runways well equipped. Let's look at departure. SRN6 Alpha departure. So we're gonna take off 35 with a slight left turn here to this way, hit these fixes, then towards SRN VOR. From there, we do have some altitude constraints. Then we'll hit the transition to RLS to Alpha, which will just bring us. Oh, why is it moving? So I gotta hit this again. Then it'll just bring us up this way to RLS, and we should be done. Oh, they made some changes. I like that. Alright, so how you change the size of the pen? No, you didn't tell me. You said you last time we spoke. I told last time we spoke, you told me you tried some of your lower end games, but nothing crazy.
Salut.
We do have an insta clear button. Ah, love it. There's some good quality of life changes there. Alright, people still boarding.
Bienvenue à bord.
Our world requires a lot of resources.
Bonjour.
Interesting. I can never tell.
Bonjour. Hello.
Today's gonna be a rainy day. And I don't like it. I've been so many days. Oh, it's gonna rain till 12.
Puis-je voir votre carte
I've been
d'embarquement?
so long without rain. 16 gigs. Excuse me. Is that like open, endless open world, or is it just a specific amount of world that you can travel?
This way, please.
No school today? Or say your off day? Alright, today we're flying November Bravo. Normally I fly November Charlie a lot because it had the Fort Paris paint scheme, but it's a specific amount of... Oh, you took a day off. I hear that. I'm kind of sad. I had a 4-day weekend. Now I gotta go back today. Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday?
Bienvenue à bord.
Oh, today's Thursday. Oh, nice, man. You took even more time than I did. So today's Thursday. That means I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3-day weekend. I told you I got Monday through Friday, right? He said we're diving hard in the silk song.
Puis-je voir votre carte
Reaper, I'll be
d'embarquement?
playing. Oh yeah, so I bid second shift Monday through Friday,
This way, please.
and I got it. Shockingly. So I had to make a whole bunch of scramble arrangements for Cry to get picked up from school, because I'm like, I didn't want to turn it down the second
Good
time.
morning.
Last time was Tuesday through Saturday, second shift. I turned that down. So I'm like, I can't turn down the Monday through Friday one, man. I'd be stupid. So I tried for it, got it, made some arrangements. I also applied to a few other jobs as well. So
Puis-je voir votre carte d'embarquement?
we'll see. 'Cause my job's not hard. It's not bad either. You know, I don't really necessarily have a problem with it. It's just third shift freaking sucks.
Bonjour.
And you got to deal with the most drunk and irate people.
Bonjour.
You know, if I'm leaving by 10, half the time they'll just be coming in, so I ain't even don't worry
Puis-je voir
about
votre
that.
carte d'embarquement?
Alright, we're fully boarded up. 2 minutes late, which isn't too bad. Alright. Let me turn on my A cars. Okay. Runway 35 dry. Sync the final load sheet. Sync the weather. Calculate. Alright. Looks good. Sent that to CDU. Double check those values. They look good. And last but not least, what I forgot to do is send this to CDU from a perf view prediction. Alright, we're in there. Alright, it all just updated. Great. Seatbelt signs are on. Where'd the people go? Interesting. You know, I think with the update I was supposed to run GSX again, so heartburn. Where'd they do that at? Okay, beacon on. Let's request pushback and departure. I'm gonna go tail to the right. I still gotta remove my own chocks. It's just weird. Cause you would think Looking at ground equipment right now. Alright, chocks are removed.
Release parking the brakes. Clear.
Alright, brakes release.
Commencing the push. All engines clear.
Because I had Papa John's for dinner and I wanted to be. What did you get from Papa John's, bro? That'll fuck you up like that. That's wild. Let's accept our final load sheet. Send that back to the company and we're good to go. Alright, looking like we're good. It's not turning at all, which is interesting. Alright. 121.8. Okay. We got ground. How long has he been on for?
Release the set parking the brakes.
Brake set. $10. That's the thing. You motherfuckers probably should just say something to somebody when you come on. Alright. What does the ATIS say?
Unlocking the gear.
Information what? Alpha? Let's just go ahead and start number 1. Information
Tow
Alpha.
track disconnected. Bypass P removed.
I don't have a writing
Left
chance
is
to do
clear.
it.
Right is clear.
Something to write with? Sure don't. Okay. Milan ground, Air France 1413, requesting IFR to Paris. Whatever, Alpha.
Air France 1413, Linate buongiorno, clear destination via Saronno 6 Alpha departure, Arles to Alpha transition, runway 35, initial climb 6000 feet, squawk 1000.
Clear to Paris is filed, and we have the Arla 2 Alpha departure, the SRA. I said that backwards. It's the SRA 2 departure with the Arla transition, 6,000, 1,000 on the squawk, Air France 1413.
Air France 1413, request contact.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna squawk 1,000, y'all, and start number 2 at the same time. He's loud? Okay, I could turn him down. I just... Air France 1413, since we're already pushed, we're just ready to start.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Gory, appreciate the luck, buddy.
Call when ready for taxi.
We'll do Air France 1413. Give Gory a shout out. Okay. It's a good start on 2.
That's so funny.
Isn't that fucking hilarious?
It like
You get too close, like you go through it basically.
yeah.
Right.
That is
Anything else
so.
over here?
No.
Engine mode selector normal.
Well, like, I
wonder,
Lead off,
they should have
APU off.
done something with that, like a secret
Labs
achievement or something.
2.
Like, yeah, like,
Trim was like down 1, wasn't it? It is. So something here. I need to get my rudder checked. Or at least open it up and see why it won't give me full range anymore. You know, I never really worried about that because I know I have all that cooling. Big ass fans. I don't think I've had a game that ever pushed it beyond its what's it called, standard operating limits. Flight Simulator takes it up high though, but nothing super crazy. Air France 1413 ready to taxi.
Air France 1413, taxi to holding point Tango 1, runway 35 via Charlie, Bravo and Tango.
Taxi 35, Tango 1, Charlie Bravo, Tango, Air France 1413. Alright, let's see. Charlie. Alright, so he wants me to actually go the way that I wasn't planning on going. So Bravo's through the middle. Okay. So we can do that. Alright, light on.
Linate ground, good evening, 80411 set at K21 with information Alpha, request clearance to Fiumicino. 0411, information Alpha, clear the Fiumicino via Tulsa 7 Alpha departure, ECPAL 6 Alpha transition, runway 35, initial climb 5000, squawk 1000.
That's what it's supposed to do, right? So I guess we could cheers to that when shit works the way it's supposed to.
Clearance to Fiumicino via Tulsa 7 Alpha, transition ECPAL 7 Alpha, flight level 6000, squawk 1. 411 negative, it's ECPAL 6 Alpha transition and initial climb 5000 feet. ECPAL 6 Alpha transition, sorry.
Let me tell you, this thing is...
0411 confirm
It's
5000 feet as initial climb. 5000 feet,
because in the flight plan it says you're doing an Arla 2 Alpha departure, but then
0411 is correct. Call me for push start.
on the charts it's giving you the SRN 6A departure with the Arliss 2 Alpha transition. It's weird. It is very weird. It's backwards. It messed me up too. It took tweaking to get the game to stop stuttering. What kind of tweaking we talking about here? But that's one thing I would say. I think Fortnite might have been the only one I really had to mess with the settings a lot, because jumping back and forth, you know, Flight Simulator did a little bit too, I'm not gonna lie. Tweaking the settings, yeah, I would say, because they give you options on what DirectX you can run. And Fortnite I'm running DirectX 12, but
0411
Flight Simulator I'm running
DX11.
DX11. So I definitely understand what you mean.
Push brackets approve QNH 1015, confirm 1015. Guitar 411, A firm.
So Charlie Bravo Tango. So we just stay. Really? How much different? Are you still running the same Windows? That's one thing I did regret going up to Windows 11. I should have just left my ass on 10. I do not like 11. Your previous cards weren't NVIDIA? I think you said you got a 4080 or a 4070 now, right? And what's crazy is there's no ground is on, but nobody else in the airspace. So okay, you said it back. I said it backwards. The Mechatron. So you have an AMD card now. But I mean, that still runs through the, what's the AMD client? Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Because I remember
411,
I used to have
holding point Tango 1, runway 35,
lower end
Charlie,
NVIDIA
Bravo
cards
Tango.
for the older flight simulators, and they kept freezing. I got tired of it, so that's when I switched over to AMD for one hot second there. And I had that, what was it, XT? I can't remember which one it was, but, and it was cool, but it just didn't give me enough for what I wanted. And then that's when I said, let me just buy this 3090 and be done. So I don't know, they say Intel and NVIDIA run a lot better together, so I don't know. That's why I guess I kind of stayed in line with that.
411, go ahead.
Avete poco traffico oggi?
We are moving
Sì, è un po' così il tempo.
Immagino. Vabbè dai, meglio di niente.
No, infatti, si fa quel che si può.
I see the other guy right here taxiing.
Vedo un po' il piano di volo sballato, però boh, non so.
Flying ITA Airways. Once known as Alitalia.
Air France 1413, unfortunately no further ATC, monitor advisory 122.8, thank you for flying out, ciao.
Over on to advisory Air France 1413. Have a good evening. Alright, 122.8. Alright, so we're back to no ATC. We said we gotta go to Tango 1, which is all the way at the end. Good, so. AMD Adrenaline, that's right.
X-Plane Captain said, Ita or Itaro.
Itaro, is that what it stands for? Okay, I just learned something new. Welcome to the stream, X-Plane Captain. I remember they used to be Alitalia and then changed to ITA some years ago. Cool beans, Itaro. Appreciate the follow, Joel. Joel 210 Bravo. Welcome to the stream. Somebody's actually landing here too. Let's see who it is. It's a CRJ from Lufthansa. Not bad. Gotcha, Itaro.
X-Plane Captain said, yep, it's call sign R Itaro XXXX.
Alright guys, so we're ready to go essentially. We just gotta make it down to Tango 1. Look at all my stuff here. Yeah, we're perfect. Let's pull up the departure. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Linate traffic, Air France 1413, departing 35 to the north. Linate. Door page says less than an hour before the games. Oh, is it like a download thing?
411, taxi to 35.
Oh, it's on Steam, okay. Let's make sure that traffic's clear.
411 to Air France.
Okay, he's clear. Alright, guys. Lights on. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, let's rock and roll. Oh yeah, and this is the new Phoenix update that they just put out a couple days ago. I wasn't in town, so this is my first time trying it. Alright. Let's rock and roll. Take off, man, flex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
411, all short runway 25 left.
And there's 100 knots. So far, so good. One. Rotate. Smooth like butter. Positive rate. Gears coming up. 100 feet autopilot.
Air France, can you confirm that the runway is clear?
I mean, I'm in the air, but you don't confirm whether you're clear of the runway unless you're taxiing off, not after a takeoff, just to let you know.
Yeah, sorry buddy, it's my first time.
Yeah, so like, it's my runway regardless if I'm taking off, right? So it's mine. And if I take off, I'm gone. If I don't radio anything outside of that, then you assume it's still my runway until you see me take off. But outside of that, if I'm taxiing, then yeah, we're gonna make calls. Alright, so alright, we're cleaned up.
411, clear to take off.
How it's going? 8,012 feet? 8,012? 8,012, yep. It wasn't that short. I mean, I've taken off on less, but I think on the lower end, maybe like 5,000. I think 5,000, right? Alright, what's transition altitude out here? It's not on this chart. 6,000, okay. So we're just gonna continue on at 32. Let's see. And what I should have did was looked at the dang radar here. And then make my final call to depart airspace. But that's not even me. I'm further north. And not to traffic, Air France 1413 departing the airspace to the north.
X-Eagle Gaming said, fly to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe? Man, you know what kind of hike that would be? Woke up this dream, X-Eagle. Yeah, Zimbabwe is pretty far. That'll be quite a bit of time to get there from Italy. Today we're just heading to France. Lights off, seatbelt signs are off. It's a relatively short flight too. Alright. We're accelerating and everything is going smooth. So we're just crossing over SRN VOR. So now we can switch over to the transition, which should take us up to Arliss here. Charles de Gaulle. I don't know. There's something about Orly that I really don't like. Maybe it's because they got that runway 2425 thing going on, and I always get confused. But I mean, sometimes I do fly into Orly, but majority of the time it is Charles de Gaulle. At least that's what my schedule. I do whatever my schedule tells me to do. So let me show you here. Active sky pilot's life, right? So my schedule right now, I got 1413 Milan to Paris, then 7436 Paris to Bordeaux, and then 7437 Bordeaux to Paris, and then this week's schedule is done. And then I have to bid for a new schedule, so I think next time I'll do some A330 flying. That should keep it somewhat interesting. Alright, so we're at 16,000 for 32,000. Halfway there. Let's go straight to Arliss here. 19,000. Let's update our winds. To be honest, in Paris, Charles de Gaulle usually is not really active. I'll show you this as well. Here's my radar. So after we pass through all of this stuff here, we'll be coming down off
X-Eagle Gaming said, do you think you can fly a real plane?
Of course, X-Eagle. I'm a real pilot in the real world, so why wouldn't I be able to fly a real plane? Now, as far as the airliners, I think I could do it if I was put in a situation to do it. I mean, after all this time, it's not hard. So we're looking for Paris, right? So Charles de Gaulle is right here. There's quite a few people there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He looks to have just landed, so he'll probably be off in a second. He's going out. He's going out. He's going out, and he's coming in. So probably by the time we get there, I'll assume no. But that's just my educated guess. Alright, so the climb continues. 21.5 for 32.
Eagle Gaming said, "Oh, I didn't know you were a real pilot. What's your dream plane to fly?"
Dream plane. Probably an A330. A330, or maybe like a... I do want a Mooney Bravo, not Mooney Bravo. Bonanza. Beechcraft Bonanza. I want a Beechcraft Bonanza V35B. I would love to own one of those. And then if it was like a commercial plane, I would probably love to fly an A330. Or maybe like a Vision Jet too, if it was something smaller, but I don't know. I'm an Airbus guy, so I'm guessing anything Airbus would be fine. I don't like the 350 though. So I don't know. Which plane do I fly in real life? I trained on 172s, and occasionally I fly a Piper Comanche 250. So it's a high performance complex retractable geared Piper. But outside of that, I haven't really ventured too far into anything else. Not yet, at least. So you see we're above these mountains. We're getting hit with some bumps here. I'm thinking once we definitely get over those storms, it should be a little choppy. So I think Uncare, where's Uncare? Uncare is right here. So maybe about right here is when we'll start to really... Which is weird because the storms are not really shown on the radar. Not the way it's shown on the other radar. Actually, let's adjust that tilt so you can see the winds have shown us. Nope, that's all it's giving me. Alright, now we're in the air. Trying to get this set up here and play some music in the background. Alright.
Eagle Gaming said, "Low-key would be a dream for me to fly a V2 Spirit LOL. I find them cool."
V2s are awesome. Were they the ones that was having all those issues? I remember after the one crash, Yeah, they had those sensor problems, which I don't know if they 100% ironed out. If water got in their sensors, things could go really bad for them. B2s are cool though. If it was like something military, I think the SR-71 Blackbird probably would be the coolest one, man. But I don't know. I wouldn't turn down the F-22 or a F-35 either, though. Definitely would not turn any of those down. Climb shallowed out a whole lot. Okay, so we got about 40 minutes left. And that transition takes us right to the final point for 27 right 2, so it's actually kind of perfect. Thoughts on Boeing? Perfect depiction of when money becomes greed and then you lose your core values of what you were built and founded on. But they do have some good airplanes. Like, I like 737s. I do like 777s. 78 is okay, and not a big fan of it, but I don't know. They just really need to dig deep within and figure out what's more important to them, because they were on the top of the market for so long. They just started to feel like they can do whatever they wanted, and here we are, years upon years later, and it's came to bite them in the ass. I don't think anybody can be a fan of aviation and say they hate Boeing. I don't know. I don't even think that's possible. I like 747 too, when I think about it. So many iconic staples. So it's really hard. Although I am an Airbus guy, I don't hate Boeing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're at flight level 320. Still a bunch of clouds up here too, so we'll see how it fares out. If it ends up being a little bit too bumpy, I'll climb. Cost index is 5, so look how slow we're going. Typical economical cruise is 7.8. I'm doing like 7.2.
Demir said, "Hi, thank you for being live earlier so I don't get the smack to the booty."
Welcome back, Demir. Yeah, no problem, man. I just got back from Seattle. I was gone for 3 days. I went to go on a boat tour to watch whales and see some sights. I had a good time. I had a really good time, so that's why I was gone for 3 days. And I actually got some pretty good pictures. The boat ride ended up lasting like 7 hours round trip. It's crazy, but it was a good time. Alright, yeah, we're good, man. Put on some in-flight entertainment. Let me see what I can find here. It's been a while. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's only 9:25 a.m. for me.
Damir said, how long is this flight going to be?
This flight is relatively short. It's an hour and 35 minutes blocked out. I think you jumped in probably after we were a good 30 minutes into it. What did it say at the top right of the screen? I'm not looking at that right now. It should say ETE, estimated time en route. I'm guessing it should be a little shy of an hour at this point. I'm cruising at 7.1. That's crazy.
Damir said, okay.
See how much time we got.
Damir said, 36 minutes.
36 minutes? It'll be a little bit longer than that because I have to slow down and stuff. Alright, we can watch the Mayday B-2 bomber, since he brought a B-2 bomber. 2 or 3 flights. I mean, 2 or 3 hour flights could be domestic in the United States. Not in Europe though, for sure. It just depends on the market where you're at. But you are 100% right. Europe is small, and all those countries, you'd probably be out of them in an hour or two. Unless you're, I guess by the time you're in Russia, you're in Asia, right? So it's not even a thing anymore. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna watch a docu on the B-2 bomber. The crashes I was talking about earlier. If I can figure out which is my browser. Alright. There we go. What's up, Black Art? Welcome to the stream. Let me give you a shout out before I start this. If you guys... The royal, see? I was about to put the real. Go give the royal Lord Black Art
Damir said,
a watch.
they kind of be like a domestic flight because I flew there and you don't have to do passport control. It's like a whole country.
Yeah? That makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, I'm blocking your clip. Switch to PC. Alright, so let's start this docu.
One of the world's most sophisticated warplanes speeds down the runway at Guam.
145, rotate.
Their mission that day was to return home.
Is that too
But
loud?
the takeoff ends in disaster. A $2 billion stealth bomber goes up in flames.
We want to know what the heck just happened.
The entire fleet is grounded.
This could be the end of the B-2 bomber program.
Plane goes full nose up.
Investigators analyze the flight second by second.
What about this?
And discover a hidden vulnerability in the...
Hold on, let's just go back. Hold on.
Plane
It
goes
was-
full nose up.
Investigators analyze the flight second by second.
What about this?
And discover
How's
a
the
hidden
volume? Look at that shape. Tell me that doesn't resemble that of a bird. That shape is just crazy. This little beak. I always thought that was really cool about the B-2s.
vulnerability in the B-2's electronic armor.
There's no way a pilot would understand the system well enough
to realize what could happen.
What is going on?
Yeah, we're coming up on all that weather.
You're good to go, sir. Thank you.
Major Ryan Link and Captain Justin Grieve are ending a 4-month deployment in Guam.
Better? Yeah, looks good.
Okay, let's head home then.
Copy that.
Anderson Air Force Base is both a training facility and a launching point for U.S. military operations in the Western Pacific.
Generator 1 is on. Engines ground idle, 25% confirmed. Pre-flight checklist is complete. Their mission that day was to return home. Our time was up in Guam, and they were beginning a 16-hour continuous flight back to Namnas,
16
Missouri,
hours
Whiteman
is
Air Force
crazy.
Base, which was our
That's
home
16
base.
hours no sleep?
They're one of 2 crews
I
returning
mean, granted,
home
they
today
can refuel
in a
and keep
unique
going.
warplane, the
Oh, hold on.
B-2 bomber.
Guys, is the volume okay on this? Or is it too loud? Or too low? 16 hours. It's only 2 pilots, right? Or there might have been a 3rd person in there, but 16 hours. When do you sleep? Unless I'm tripping and there are relief pilots, but 16 hours is crazy.
It was a flying wing design and really a marvel of engineering. The Air Force ended up spending $44 billion to develop and then field the fleet of B-2 bombers.
It is, man.
Developed in the 1980s during the Cold War, the stealth bomber was designed to evade Soviet radar.
I hope so. 16.
There are only 21 of them in existence.
I thought there were only like 3 people on that plane when it crashed, I think.
Either by enemy surface-to-air
Don't
missile
quote me.
defenses
It was either 2 or 3.
enemy fighters.
So maybe they just swap out.
Tower Death 5, startup is complete. You can activate our flight plan.
So let's see.
Refueling number 1 will be at ARCP Charlie at 0735 Zulu. Expecting to onload 51,000 pounds.
Control point Charlie, copy.
And I don't see a 3rd person, actually.
Today, the 7,000-mile journey home from Guam will require the crew to refuel near the Hawaiian Islands and then over California before reaching Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
So far, so good. We're in that weather.
Link is a qualified instructor on the B-2. Captain Grieve
like
is
we're
an
doing just
experienced
fine.
pilot with more than 2,500 hours of military flying experience. They are among only 300 pilots qualified to fly the B-2.
The aviators in the B-2 at that time were the absolute best of the best. They were handpicked. They were vetted extensively.
They are probably in the back.
They were truly an elite group
In the back
of aviators.
We're gonna see. Let's see.
Grieve and Link are second in line to take off. The plane they're flying is named Spirit of Kansas.
Every B-2 bomber is named after an individual state, except for 2. There's a Spirit of America and a Spirit of Kitty Hawk.
That's 6+1, clear for takeoff. Maintain 5,000.
Pitot heat is on. Clear right. Good to line up.
The pilots must carefully maneuver the massive 168-ton bomber to the foot of the runway to ensure they don't put any dents in the B-2's shell.
We try to taxi slowly because you're a low observable platform. So obviously, if you were to scrape the airplane, you degrade the capability of the warfighting machine.
That's 5, go channel 5.
That's 5.
Copy, channel 5.
That's 5, check prime.
Our lead is airborne, we go in 60.
On this flight, Captain Grieve is the mission commander.
What's different is the captain, like you would think the aircraft commander, is actually in the right seat. And we call him a mission commander. And the pilot is in the left seat.
That's interesting.
Cost MCT.
Ads. Hold on, y'all.
Good cues.
The very first time I flew the B-2, I felt like I was a bird. It was so smooth. You just slightly touch the flight controls and she does what you want.
I think it's just them two, Demir, man. I don't know.
100 knots.
What was that?
That's crazy.
FCS caution.
I'm gonna stop right there. I would have stopped. Just me being me, I would have stopped. Just got back from an airport, but they had none of this. Yeah, you're not gonna see a B-2 on a normal everyday hike unless it's on a mission somewhere and you happen to catch it. But that master caution would have prompted me to stop. Whether it went away or not, I would have stopped. But let's continue.
Stop or go? Go. Warning, we're slipping.
In the B-2, there's two different kind of caution lights. The red one and a yellow one. In this case, it was yellow, which is just
L1TE Gamer.
A red caution light, you probably abort the takeoff.
Demir.
Elite Gamer, welcome to the stream.
No, remember the person that went to the
Spirit
back.
of Kansas lifts off the runway at Guam.
L1TE Gamer.
Almost immediately, the massive
I am Demir's
bomber pitches
friend.
up dramatically.
Oh, okay, Elite Gamer, welcome to the stream. Demir, thank you for inviting
they're
me,
going
friend.
straight up.
The
Demir.
momentum of that maneuver up caused the
UO up.
pilots to experience
Demir.
about 1.6
Set.
Gs.
YOLO.
The aircraft's no longer doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Demir. Said. This, my friend.
The B-2 isn't gaining altitude. It's still only 80 feet off the ground.
Crazy
and
work,
losing speed.
man.
Make believe you're in your automobile right now. You turn left, but the car turns right.
Oh yeah, that's
What
crazy.
is going on? That's not the way it's supposed to work. That's the scenario these pilots were in.
The pilots now feel their airplane shaking violently and realize it's on the verge of stalling.
From my 15 years of flying the B-2, the only time I felt the B-2 shake is in the simulator. That's the only scenario where you will feel that shake. You never feel it otherwise.
Oh.
The plane's left wing drops. Grieve knows the plane is heading for the ground. There's only one thing he can do to save his and Major Link's life.
Go ahead, pull it.
They are trained to have that
Demir.
gut feel
Said.
of when to pull
Can you
the
PLS
ejection
receive
handle.
my
And
messages?
don't forget, the Air Force wants these pilots to
What
eject
message?
and save themselves. There is no shame in ejecting ever, even from a billion-dollar bomber.
Grieve doesn't have time to think about his decision.
You mean about if you're
The B-2's left wing is now scraping the ground.
We gotta get out.
Explosives tear a hole in the fuselage above the cockpit and rockets eject the pilots from the aircraft.
Yeah, I think there was only 2 pilots in it.
The stealth bomber hits the ground and bursts into flames.
We're gonna stop right there really quick. Let me take a look at our airplane. We'll be descending here in 30 miles or so. We flew over that storm with no issues, thank God. We're just going along. So once I start my descent, I'll just check back in.
Alert 1, runway 6, Romeo, runway 6, Romeo.
I'm stunned. The B-2 has gone through 19 years and 3 wars without a crash. This is unheard of.
One of the
Demir
world's most advanced
said,
warplanes has been incinerated.
I might have to go to my friend's house, so I can't watch the absolute beauty.
The whole world is left
Demir
wondering what went wrong.
said, sad face.
Well, sometimes you
For
gotta do what you gotta do,
straight
Demir.
days, firefighters at Anderson Air Force Base in Guam battled the flaming wreckage of B-2 bomber Spirit of Kansas. With a price tag of $2 billion, this is the most expensive aviation accident of all time.
The crash at Guam did shake us to the core, in that we want to know what the heck just happened.
Operations of the entire B-2 fleet are suspended, even before an investigation is launched.
It's bad to have to stand down the B-2 flying operations. On the other hand, they have no choice. They have no idea what's gone wrong inside that B-2, and they have to find out before they
Demir
risk any more B-2s in flight.
I can't really hear the video.
The U.S.
The volume
Air
is
Force
low.
appoints the
All right, hold on.
well-respected General...
Let me start my descent here. What do we got? 15 miles? I could actually start it now.
L1TE Gamer said, he is coming to my house so I can watch the landing with him.
Oh, okay, that's cool. It should be a pretty smooth landing too. Watch me mess it up. I always somehow mess it up when I talk stuff about it, so we're gonna see. Alright, so we started our descent just slightly early, which is fine. It'll catch back up
Demir said,
to the computer.
but he is starting to descend.
Let's see. Let's get weather. Currently, Paris is showing winds at 190
Demir
at 13.
said,
It's raining.
and he is going to be landing. Demir
It's clear.
said, LOL. L1TE Gamer said, oh.
10-12 on the
Demir said, remember the 500 FPM one that I saw?
500? You mean? Yeah.
Demir
that one's rough.
said, in the first stream I came.
Oh, you mean the one that that landing was actually pretty good. It ended up showing positive numbers. Hopefully my Twitch integration thing is working now. 190 at 13. 190 at 13. Alright, so we got the winds put in for the approach. Last thing, let me clear my messages here. I'll put it back in the phones. Alright, so we should be good. Let me just double check, make sure nobody's controlling Paris. No, nobody's in Paris, so. Let's continue on here.
Floyd Carpenter to lead the investigation.
Because of the high-profile nature of this accident, I think they expect a lot of media interest. And so as a senior brigadier general, I was picked, I think, to get the airplanes back operational and cleared to fly again.
You're never gonna believe this.
L1TE Gamer said,
Investigators watched
so
the
you have a
accident
Discord.
unfold on security video.
Yeah, you're not on
Great
Twitch,
to have the
hold on,
video,
I'll have to link
and
you.
we were able to glean a lot of information from it.
Demir said,
Video
no, I
of the
mean like
takeoff
campaign
shows
and
that
center
as the
landings
plane
are hard
lifted
as
off,
hell, but then
it
I saw the
pitched
history
nose
and I
high.
saw one of them being 500 FPM.
Your first reaction when you see that airplane pitch up.
Yeah, I mean, it
is
really
like,
depends, man.
what are
Most
they
of them
doing?
are smooth. Every
The
once in a
plane
while,
then
I'll have a
drifts
bad
left
one.
before the left wing scrapes the ground.
Left wing falls
Every
off
once in a
and
while.
hits the ground. And through that whole thing, you were thinking, where is the crew? First time you see it, you probably don't realize the crew actually ejects.
Let me pause this. I'm trying to. You know what? I know how to do this. I know exactly how to do this.
Can you take it back from me, please? Stop. That's the pilots. 1 and 2.
The video shows the pilots ejecting just
Jamir
as the plane hits the ground.
said, I know, but what if
Both
this is the
pilots
hard
have
one?
been taken to hospital for evaluation.
It shouldn't be. Did you
Justin
you guys see
Grieve
that
has
Discord
suffered a
link in
serious
your
back
YouTube
injury
chat?
from the forces of the ejection.
This is what the world's most advanced PC looks like.
We got another ad.
It was a waiting process for us and gathering all the other information while we waited to talk to them and hear their side of what really happened.
Investigators
100 miles
study
to
the
go.
mechanical and computer systems that control the jet.
Perfect. What about the actuator?
We had so much of the aircraft already available, actuators, engines, all those things are what you're really looking for in this type of accident.
They quickly determined that all of the plane's flight control surfaces were functioning on takeoff.
Pretty quickly, we were able to rule out the fact that the engines were not a problem, the hydraulics weren't a problem, the flight controls were not a problem.
We pulled these from the video.
Up, up, up.
It's a beautiful sunny morning. Why does a bomber pitch its nose up and crash in a fireball on the runway at Guam?
Is this a weight and balance issue?
In any deployment like that, it's not uncommon to load aircraft with spare parts or other equipment that you might want to get home, but not wait to ship home.
Some classified material going back to Whiteman, personal belongings, gear.
So center of gravity became a big issue for us. Could it have been that?
Not enough to disrupt their balance, sir.
The B-2 is capable of carrying 40,000 pounds of weaponry. But Spirit of Kansas wasn't carrying any bombs or other heavy cargo that could have shifted on takeoff.
We found out that there really wasn't a lot of equipment. There were no munitions being carried. So everything was in balance as it should have been. And so center of gravity was ruled out
L1TE
pretty
Gamer
quick.
said, what is your hardest landing?
Investigators look more closely at the
Demir
takeoff rolls of
said,
both B-2s
I
on the
don't
day
know.
of the accident.
1400,
as to
something
why
like that.
Spirit of Kansas
Go
couldn't
on
get
my
airborne,
YouTube and
like
go
the
to my
plane
YouTube
just ahead of
shorts, you'll see
it,
it.
Spirit of South Carolina.
Pretty
Demir
hard.
Okay.
said,
Pause it. Right.
and can you read my stars messages?
Okay. So South Carolina lifts off just past that taxiway. Right about here.
Because we did have video, we were able to look at the takeoff roll of the lead aircraft compared to the second aircraft.
And stop. Okay, our guys
It's like
lift
I
off
have
just
this
past that
speech to Texas
runway
speech.
light, which is this guy, right here.
Stars messages.
Look at that.
We
When did
found
you
out
send
that
stars?
Spirit
Demir
Kansas took off 1,500 feet shorter than its lead
1400
aircraft.
FPM.
What's going on?
It was pretty
Again,
hard.
video helped us understand that takeoff roll was shorter, but didn't understand why.
Do y'all see that live? I mean, not live, that YouTube short.
The investigators turn to data from the bomber's flight
recorder. If you go look at the YouTube
answers.
short, you'll see.
The plane is still on the ground, 546 feet above sea level. Not 682. So the altitude is off by 136 feet. Now, sir, there is no way he got up to 145 knots using only this much runway.
Agreed.
Something happened to cause this airplane to pitch up. But so far, we've ruled out all the easy stuff.
Inside?
And so now we start looking into other situations that could have caused an aircraft to do what it did.
Now here, sir, the nose is lifting off the ground, but the plane registers a pitch down of -8 degrees. Now, obviously, this plane is not pitching down, but the computer thinks it is. That is why I tried to lift the nose higher and higher and higher.
Until it stalled.
Once we got the performance parameters of the aircraft, and we were able to determine that the airplane thought that it was -8 degrees angle of attack, then you start going back to say, why did it think that?
The heart of the B-2 bomber is its sophisticated onboard computer, known as its Flight Control System, or FCS. Without it, it would be impossible for pilots to make all the calculations necessary to keep the unusual aircraft flying.
You don't have a tail. Think about that. You don't have any kind of vertical empennage. It's just a big flying wing.
When you've got smoke-free satisfaction,
I just saw it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, man.
Accurate data is crucial.
But that approach
on a
was
B2,
hard too.
Pilots tell the computer what they
Maybe
want
one
the
day
plane
I'll
to
fly
do,
back into
and
peril.
the computer determines how to accomplish that.
But I was not ready for that. Now I know what to expect.
The flight computers move the surfaces of this airplane in a way that's not intuitive to any pilot of any other aircraft. Simply put, it'd be nearly impossible to fly this airplane safely without flight computers.
So,
see, I heard that. There's no way to fly the B-2 safely without a flight computer. It does not fly using the standard methods that we all know and are used to.
Said. That thing WTH is that like I thought you were good like 1400 IS crazy NGL.
Nah, it was crazy, man.
Climb angle and altitude are all off.
I attribute a lot of that to the flight model of the airplane.
How does that happen?
I think back then it wasn't 100% correct because
investigators need to determine
when I was
why
pulling
the
back,
stealth bomber
it was not letting me pull
faulty
back.
data.
So I committed to the touchdown.
Let's see if the pilots can tell us.
We weren't looking to blame them or, point the finger at them, but there were tough questions to ask.
Crash
3 weeks after the accident, the pilots of Spirit of Kansas agree to be interviewed by investigators.
Yeah, I would assume they would have questions to ask.
Okay, Captain.
Let's check on the plane real quick.
How about we take it from the top?
We started up at 9:15. A few minutes later, Major Link saw the calibration message during startup.
The pilots tell investigators that they received an unusual computer message shortly after startup.
Never seen that.
Me neither. Hey, Chief, we're seeing an air data cal message. Can you send someone up here to clear that up?
Air Data Cal stands for Air Data Calibration.
In the simplest terms, the air data calibration gives the aircraft its orientation to the universe.
There are 24 sensors flush-mounted near the nose of the B-2 that constantly measure air pressure. The plane's computer uses those readings to calculate altitude, airspeed, and angle of attack.
All 24 systems have memory in them, and they're measuring themselves against all the others. And so if they get out of balance, if one is reading too low or too high, it calls for an air data calibration, and the pilots see that When that occurs, they call out maintenance.
Demir.
Okay.
Said. I got
Let's see what
holiday
we can do to
tomorrow.
clear this for you.
That's what's up.
Demir.
Can you put it in
Said.
maintenance mode for me?
It's Friday, but for me it's holiday.
Is it a Jet 2 holiday?
That's good.
Alright, we're at 12,800 for...
You're good to go, sir.
Thank you.
So they have these 24 sensors, they make sure they're communicating correctly, and if they do, they let it go forward.
Alright, I'm gonna pause that there. We're just about done with the arrival. I'm sure that we have the transition. Excuse me, guys. So here's a Kippa. We're just about to hit that, and then we're gonna do the Kippa 1 Whiskey initial approach. Then we're gonna come from a Kippa down here and turn upwards into this direction and stay on that heading. Normally ATC could give me vectors or whatever. Since there's no ATC, I'm just going to stay on that heading until I intercept the localizer for 27 right.
Demir. Said. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, and right now you can save £50 per person. That's £200 for a family of 4. Demir. Said. The best song ever.
Jet 2 holiday. Demir's going on a Jet 2 holiday. Okay. So lights on. Seatbelts on. And I'll let the flight attendants know what time it is. Well, actually, I can make a call. That's what I should have did. Alright guys, we should be on the ground in the next 10 to 15 minutes. How much time do we have to park? We got a lot of time. Alright, so we're through 10,000. I'll play the video for a little bit longer.
Pitot heat is on.
Less than an hour later.
Clear right. Good to line up.
The pilots maneuver the massive bomber to the start of the runway.
Demir.
Okay.
Said. Then I can watch the landing, I think.
Everything was 100% routine until we hit 100 knots. That's when we got the SCS master caution.
You got a master caution while you were still on the ground?
Yes, sir. Just a flicker. 100 knots. Before I could even push the button, it rescinded itself.
What was that?
FCS caution.
After 100 knots to our decision rotate speed, we will abort for safety of flight items. We define safety of flight as we are unable to control this airplane or there's something on the runway you're gonna hit.
Stop or go?
Go. Warning rescinded.
In that scenario, if I was the pilot in command, I would continue. Why? It's not safety of flight.
145, rotate. When we hit 145, I called for Major Link to rotate. Then it all very quickly went to hell.
They lift off. The flight control computer senses a problem, so it pitches up. Pilots try to go nose down.
Full power.
They go max power, but the airplane is trying to stall.
Major Link was trying to push it back down, but it wasn't working. It wasn't having any effect on the plane. We were basically just along for the ride.
That's crazy.
And then the left wing just drops. And I know we're done. We gotta get out. Then I pulled the handles.
This is the Lamborghini Huracan Storado, and this is the Hennessy Velociraptor.
If the airplane did not perform as advertised, it was time for them to get out and give the aircraft back to the taxpayers.
Thank you.
That's
for your
crazy.
time today, Captain.
Let me get a piece of
Thank
that
you,
plane,
sir.
though.
They were extremely forthcoming in their
Give it back to
testimony.
the taxpayers. It's
They
crazy.
survived it, but they had no understanding of what happened either.
Damir said, no.
Investigators need to know more
said,
about the
"Why
calibration
the ad?"
that Grieve reported in his testimony.
Why the ad?
It's not
Because
part
I
of the
don't
plane's
have
regular
YouTube Red.
startup procedure.
Hold on. Let me check on the airplane, though. It's almost time. You know, and we could actually... We could actually make our turn, but I'll hold off for a little bit. Because we're getting there. And I need to make radio calls to, let me see what's going on with the traffic in the area. Alright, he's not. There's nobody else arriving from the looks of it. So I'll just make standard calls.
Damir said, no, I meant like why at that time.
Shuttle traffic, Qatar 8250, landing up runway 27 left via Quebec 5 for departure.
Okay, so he's taking off. I was about to say landing. Like, I don't see him on approach, but I see him right here. He's Qatari 777. Alright. This is what I'll do. I'll go direct. IG27. Okay. About 4,000. That should be okay for now. Flight attendants are ready.
If a sensor provides a reading that differs significantly from the others,
the
a
predictions are
recalibration
working,
is
okay.
done that tells the wayward sensors how much they're off, in order to bring them
All
back
right, let's
into
see what we
agreement
got.
with the others.
These three weren't just off by a little, they are way off. And they need a very big adjustment to get them in line with the
I
rest.
can't even pronounce that. Thank you for
And we're
the
not sure
follow.
why, sir.
B-Titch, 123.
100 knots.
A master caution alarm that
Alright,
flickered
guys, so
on
we're
for a
getting
few
ready
seconds
for
just
this
before
landing.
takeoff becomes a key piece
Okay, I
of the puzzle.
appreciate it. Cool.
At that point, we really didn't know how they're related, but we figured they might be. There was too much coincidence starting to happen that pointed to these things.
What was that? FCS caution.
The recalibrated sensor started providing faulty air data again.
6 seconds later,
Stop or go? Go.
the flight computer
Going
resolved
down
the
the green dot
discrepancy
speed.
between the sensors and cancelled the warning.
What is going on with this plane's sensors?
To have a mystery flaw in the B-2 puts the 509th and the Air Force under a lot of pressure. They have to find out exactly what went wrong with the flight controls in order to return that
-100?
fleet to safe operations. And the world will be watching them.
Okay, so let's start at the top. Why the need to recalibrate in the first place?
It was a procedure that a lot of pilots
Yes,
had never
yes, yes.
seen,
Got you,
and maintainers didn't do very often.
Investigators look for any
Call
abnormalities
traffic,
in the mission that
airframe
might have had an effect on the
1413,
B-2 sensors.
20-mile final for runway 7 right.
So,
The goal.
they got delayed by a day.
There's transition altitude.
What had happened was Whiteman Air Force Base.
Pause the video.
Shuttle traffic, Qatar 8250, clear runway 27 left, climbing out.
I never understand why people call and say they're clear of the runway when they're taking off. Maybe it's a European thing, but it's not standard here. He said, but I'm too broke. Although we just had a, okay, it came back. Alright, so we're on final now. We're doing green dot, which is totally fine. I told it to hold 4,000, but 5,000 is where whoever was on the radio a while ago, you were really low. I couldn't understand you. Did anybody else understand that? Alright. So there's the glide slope on approach mode. I'm gonna put flaps on. It probably is. I'm gonna go ahead and take the YouTube video off for now. I'll make another radio call at 10 miles, 5 miles.
L1TE Gamer said, that timing of the ad.
Yeah, I don't know how it'd be knowing when to throw these ads in, but it definitely be throwing ads in at craziest times. Like one time I know I came right over the threshold and it was like ad. Everybody was like, what the heck? I don't know how it'd be knowing. Alright, we're 11 miles now. We got flaps one in. We just need to slow just slightly. I could do that with landing gear, but I'm gonna hold off just a little bit on the gear. Here's 200 knots, flaps 2, gear down. Taxi light on, and light on, okay. The goal traffic, Air France 1413, 10 mile final for 27 right to go. Alright, let's rearm our spoilers. I think we're doing good. Flaps 3, flaps 4. I know I said 5 miles. I'll probably make another call at 3 miles and call it a day.
The go traffic Air France 174 taxiing 26 right.
26 right. Okay. That's on the other side of the airfield. Alright, we're on the glide slope. Our speed is pretty much perfect. Auto brakes max, not max, medium.
L1TE Gamer
Spoilers are armed.
said, let's see the butter.
I think we're looking good. Alright, so we're doing the ILS localizer runway 27 right. Frequency is 110.35, course 264. Should have intercepted at 5,000, but I intercepted at 4,000. Decision height's 200. I got that locked in. Airport elevation is 392. It's a 3-degree glide slope. We have high intensity approach lighting systems 2 and reels and pappies. For our missed approach, we climb straight ahead to 5,000. Hold on 1 second. Put 5,000 in the box. Alright, to 5,000. To Papa Golf 651, continue to 281 degrees. To Papa Golf 652. Then to PON VOR at max 5,000 feet. And as directed. So, you got a slight swivel turn here, but then to PON VOR. Alright, we are 4.5 miles. Runway and airport's in sight. I think there's rain. It did call for rain. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can barely see it on the windshield. The goal traffic, Air France 1413, 3 mile final for 27 right. The goal. Alright. We're 3 miles.
L1TE Gamer said, okay.
1,000. Disconnect the autopilot. It's 1,000 feet. this manually, so I can kind of get a feel of what this new Phoenix update feels like. I'm gonna shallow out the descent to about 500. He said, butter, please. Okay. Back on the glide.
For traffic, Air France 174 lining up Tango 926 right, Atrix 6 Echo departure.
Okay. Looking good. Switching over from the ILS to the Pappies.
100 above.
Should be hitting minimums at 200.
Minimum.
Alright, we're landing.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Doesn't feel too bad.
Flight slow. 40, 30, 20, retard. 10.
5?
5.
Oh, bam. That flare is vicious. Alright, reverse thrust set. We gotta use manual braking. Reverse green. No auto brake, but we are decelerating. 243. She was just hanging there. Not butter, but good. Yeah, it wasn't butter. I'd definitely give you that. Congratulations, sir. Alright, lights off. The goal traffic, Air France 1413, clear of 27 right, and we'll be crossing 27 left, headed to the K gates.
L1TE Gamer said, okay landing.
61, reestablish ALS runway 25, report navigated, away traffic.
Yeah, it was an okay landing. They just put out an update 2 days ago while I was on vacation to the airplane, so I didn't really know what to expect. On approach it felt good, that's why I disconnected. There goes that plane that just took off. Let's look to the left, make sure nobody's there. It felt good on approach, but when I came to flare, it was just hanging. It didn't want to come down, so that tells me that instead of starting my flare at 30, I might want to start it around maybe 20 for sure and kill the power maybe at 30. I don't know, but I gotta make some adjustments to my technique because it's definitely different. Alright, so we got a relatively I don't want to say short, but it's a decent taxi. It's not long, but to the terminals. Let's see. Where are we parking today? Let's go F26. What is my favorite song or artist? Man, that's a tough one. What kind of music we talking
Gamer
about?
Said, yeah.
Because there's so many different genres. If you narrow it down to a genre, then I could tell. I have a favorite for like every genre. So what genre are we talking about here? How much fuel we have? 6,700. I'm just gonna go ahead and start the APU. All the genres, man. There's rock, there's hip hop, there's R&B, there's alternative, there's metal. There's a lot of genres. There's a lot of genres, man. turn my radar off too. Alright, let's see. How much time do I have left to park? 10 minutes? Up and above the clouds. And we're only over here. I mean, am I gonna do it now? I didn't plan on it. Like, Bordeaux is not even far. So... yeah, they're about an hour and 15 minutes each way. I probably would do there and the return all in one stream. Look at Lufthansa sitting there. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not. Joel asked. He's at Oily. Nice one on the integration. It wasn't working there for a little bit. Like my last 2 streams, actually. But thank you, I appreciate that, Black Art. Did you end up getting on your PC? I'm thinking I want to make a right turn here onto November. I do. Gotcha, okay. Have you tried 2024 since that new update?
Traffic, Control 7767, runway 25 vacated, check.
Alright, so we're gonna do a right turn here in November. Dubai, Redwood Forest last night. Welcome, climbing mountain. In the flight simulator, you were climbing mountains. He said, "Yep." Cause I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. Yeah. So that's hip hop. I was thinking maybe I might play some Fortnite today. I don't know. I haven't played a game of Fortnite in a minute. Alright, guys. We're moseying on along. We're almost there. We got one left turn here to make the next intersection and then a right turn. You play Fortnite? He said I did see a bear and it ran at me. Did it kill you though? Yeah, Demir, you could play. You'll just have to add me on Fortnite. Whoa, what a bump that was. I don't like that bridge. Black Art, you should play, man. just add me. My name is ProPilot23K. After I park, I'll probably get off stream and then play for a little bit. He said the bear tried to attack him. That's funny. And man, life flashed before his eyes. He said there are no deers and no bears in Dubai. He said you a bad liar, it's crazy. He said he was in the redwood forest. Where's the redwood forest? So maybe he didn't mean in Dubai, but in the redwood forest. Unless the redwood forest. Redwood forest. Yeah, that's in California, I think. I think. I think it's in California. I just Googled it. Let's say we definitely have bears over here. What color bear was it? A brown bear or a black bear? If it attacked you, it's probably a brown bear. I ain't even gonna hold you. They have bears in Iran? That's crazy. Alright, let's expedite this taxi. Yes, sir. Alright, so our gates are not at this turn, they're over in this building right here. I was trying to get it to do more than 7 knots here. I had to give it a lot of power. There we go. How much time we got now to park? 2 minutes? Yikes. I play on controller too. Alright, let's see. Show me this spot. Alright. I mean, we did leave late, so it's only right that we arrive late, right? But we're only 2 minutes late. We might actually be 2 minutes late here. On parking too. That's funny.
Charlie, go traffic, Bianca 22A, final runway 27 right.
Good old Powerade. What are we holding? 12 knots? Alright, I see the boat loaded over there. I'm gonna bypass this turn and go down the next one. It is. That, in fact, is me. I do. Alright, let me ask to see which way 26 is one more time. Alright, it comes at that angle. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I play with people all over all the time. Alright, here we go. Not in zero bills. I don't play bills. Do you play bills? Close. Ugh. How did it go back? Brake set.
Traffic from the 3 Foxtrot taking C7.
Taxi light off. Masters off. Beacon off. What did I do wrong? Okay, we know about that. Why is it auto submitting anyway? 078. Alright. Pirate submitted. Is the jetway connected? No. Alright, operate jetway. Alright. Okay. That's fine. Alright, welcome to Paris, where the time is 2:01. We ended up being, shoot, I didn't look.
Golf traffic from the 3 Foxtrot, clear C7 that's turning the west call.
Yeah, I didn't look to see. No, I can see it this way. We ended up being, what, 5 minutes late? 1:55. Patty, you want the baguette? Alright, so let's get ready to raid my buddy Reaper Pimp. I want to thank you guys for stopping in today. Let me actually close this. And when you jump in the Reaper's stream, just tell them hello and that I sent you. Until then, I will catch you guys on the next turn. Peace.